Another Wellness Wheel Wednesday. I'm excited about this one. Today I have with me Delain Witzaney.
Witzaney, yeah.
Yes! Did it. I had a little difficulty with that name. Anyways, Delain is with Lady Luck Studios, and she's a photographer, but not just any kind of photographer, although she does do whatever kind of photography you would like, but she specializes in boudoir pictures. So that also is a difficult word for me. I'm like, oh, I don't say that word very often. So sexy lady pictures. So she's going to talk to us a little bit about why that matters, and why, because I'm pretty sure a lot of women might be hearing that and think, well, that's not for me. That's not for me. I can't do that. But I think it might, hopefully this interview might change some perceptions to why it's a value for every woman to maybe experience. So why this interview? Well, it's as a chiropractor, it's always fascinating to me when people have aches and pains. So the aches and pains certainly can come about because there's something physical that you've done, like fell or sitting in a chair too long. Also chemicals. So the more toxic our environment is, the more aches and pains that we may have. But emotions are the big things. So with health, there's sometimes people get some strong emotions because there's a failure in their health. They might not be feeling good. There might be a disease diagnosis. But with women in particular, we tend to worry about how we look, and maybe we're mourning a loss of, that we used to look this way and we now look this way, and there's this gap in our perception of, and it can evoke some strong emotions. So those strong emotions can really become overpowering and really make those aches and pains go even that much more achier and that much more painful. So Delain, does that actually resonate with you? Does that sound like something that women often talk about or hesitate to explore these types of pictures because they have some sort of perception that they're just not good enough?
Absolutely. And even for myself, I mean, when I do my own boudoir photography for myself, you kind of get in your head, right? And you're like, oh, I don't know, I don't really look like that, or I don't think that I can do that. But for me, it's trying to help women to change the dialogue in their mind, right? And change how they speak to themselves. Yeah. Because when we start, the day off with, oh my God, look at me, I don't feel good today, I have bags under my eyes, and it takes it down and down and down. But when you wake up in the morning and you're like, I look good today, I'm going to curl my hair, do my makeup, put on something that I love, your energy changes totally, right? So, and that's what I hopefully try to do for women, is give them something that they can visually see themselves sexy and beautiful, because we all want to feel sexy and beautiful and confident.
Totally, because that it's, as women, that's just, I think for majority of women, I probably shouldn't say all women, but for majority of women, it's pretty important. We value beauty because it's just the way the world is.
Yeah, and it's a feeling, right? It's that sexual energy that's feeling good, not relying on anything external to define that for you, or decide that you look good or don't look good today, right? It's putting that on yourself and really being like, oh man, I'm rocking this skirt today, and I'm just gonna go into this video interview and nail it.
Skirt today. So then how does that look like? So let's say there's some women who are listening to this and they're like, no way, I could never do this. What would you say, or what would you say to encourage somebody to, like, maybe even go to your webpage and explore this, or even, take that, the bungee jump and actually book an appointment? And what would an appointment look like?
So it is, so when women contact me, they have an idea of what I do. Obviously, they've seen my work. But what we like to do is we like to bring women in and we have hair and makeup done, right? Ooh. So that usually takes about an hour and a half. And so you have an hour and a half and we get to talk to each other and get a feel of what you like, what you love about your body, what you think is sexy. And so we can kind of build the session around that. And I would say once we start photographing you, the first couple poses are a little bit, you feel a little awkward, that kind of thing. But I mean, by a half an hour, women are just, shirts are off, no problem. We're like, oh my God, do this. I really love my butt right now. Like I want to, I want to do photos like this. So I think it's almost freeing for a lot of women to kind of forget all of that other stuff, be in the moment, have some fun, feel good in your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there other people around, or just you and...
Just myself. The makeup artist stays for a little bit because she does a little, you know, touch-ups and that kind of thing while we're on set, but she's not sitting there watching us. So
okay, that's probably pretty comforting information.
Yes.
There's just two.
Yes, absolutely.
The photographer and you.
Yeah.
All right. So then, what do you see happens to these? You kind of alluded to it, but then you present them with their folder, and then like, what happens to these women as they're looking at like, whoa, I went from here to here. Look at how. I'm awesome.
It's saying yes to something that scares you, but doing it anyway, right? And then, you know, you see your photos and you're like, oh my gosh, that's me. That's amazing. Look at me. I look so good. I feel sexy.
Yeah.
And whether that's for a gift for somebody else or just for yourself, it's just so empowering, right? And you see, you're like, okay, man, I did that. It scared me. But it was okay and it worked out. So maybe I'm just going to try this other thing in my life.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's kind of like it's a big baby step. It can be. Yeah, it's a big one. So I saw on a social media platform, I think it was Pinterest, that you are launching something new.
Yes.
Some self-love. A great picture, by the way.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit more about what the self-love project is.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're doing 30 days of self-love, and we're going to be featuring one woman every day through the month of February. And what we did is we included a questionnaire on this, and so the women filled it out and they talked about what they love about their bodies, when they feel sexy, and also what they would tell their younger self about self-love. And I think it's a really important question because most women are, you know, don't worry about what other people say, feel good in your body, be confident.
Yeah.
Because when you get a little bit older, you're like, oh man, you know, only if I would have known. But that's okay. We're all on our own, you know, journey. You are where you are today. And, you know, it's loving who you are and having those fun experiences to be able to explore that. So
super.
Yeah.
So do you have everyone selected, or?
We have some spots still available. So
how does one apply?
Yeah, if you go to ladyluckstudios.com, you'll find 30 Days of Self-Love on there, and you can apply, or you can even nominate a special lady in your life.
Yeah. And you can also, I'm sure, book one of these sexy lady appointments.
Yes.
Which I think actually it sounds like a really great idea.
Awesome.
Well, thank you very much,
Thank
Delain.
you.
That was really fun.
That was awesome. Thanks.
And I hope some listeners are really paying attention to that and maybe taking that bungee jump, and just doing it for yourself or for yourself. So next week we have again with us Deborah Karash. It's just because her video had no sound for the first little bit. So she's coming back.
Awesome.
We're thankful for that. And she has a bunch of Christmas specials at her salon, so she'll give it, let us know all about that. So Deborah Karash next week. And
some self-love in there too.
Yeah, that's right. So thanks a lot. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.